Okay, we've officially started recording our second part of our session. This time around, what we're doing is we're checking our audience if they were able to convert, in fact, faxly split a tender document to BOQ only, and then from BOQ only convert from BOQ PDF to Excel. So presenting to you right now is how one of our audiences has done that. So you can go ahead and the floor is yours.
Thank you, Sam. Firstly, I've saved that PDF document from my email on my desktop or on my laptop. Then I went first, split it, that PDF. The reason I'm splitting is I want only the the information or the BOQ on its own, because as most of not most, like basically the BOQ or bill of quantities, it will start by showing information about the pricing information. So I had to split it because I only want the BOQ itself. So I went, split it into two. I went to the website called I Love PDF, and then into there, then it gave me options. So I had to put, because from the BOQ, I only want page 6 to 12, because that is basically the BOQ there. So I went and put 6 where I'm supposed to put the 6 and the 12. Then I clicked OK. Then it removed all other information that is not related to the BOQ. And then after splitting it, I got my PDF document. I don't know if I can share it, Mr. Lunga, or only this for now.
No, please share it because we need to see how you went the entire process. Yeah, show us the split PDF, please.
So should I start it from the beginning then?
If
Not
you
really.
can go with
Okay,
it
I
with
got it
ease.
there.
Yeah,
Okay, let
you
me
can go for it.
Okay, let me see if I can. Okay, so I'm just gonna click. Okay, you'll indicate if you see my proof.
Cool. So what you need to do is you need to stop sharing this particular screen.
Okay.
Right click, stop share, and then
okay.
Please
Start
present.
with the PDF one. Okay.
Yes, please.
Let me go back. Let me go back. Window. Where's my, okay, let me open my PDF first. Okay. Window, share. Okay. There's my PDF document.
I can see it from my side.
Okay. Yes, that's my PDF document. And then once I've splitted it, now I've got my entire BOQ. Then I went convert this PDF to Excel. So I went to the same website. I love my PDF, and then this time now I went to a PDF, convert PDF to Excel. I clicked on it, and then it gave me an option of what is it that I want to convert. Then I went again to my desktop where I've saved this PDF, click on it, convert, and then I saved it. So I'm going to close this one and now display the Excel. Okay. All right. Let me go back, share a window. Okay, there's my Excel now. So then after it has displayed like that, then I went and removed the items that are not relevant in here. So in our BOQ, we've got, because I've already removed what was not, like the way item, like there was an item like item reference, because I looked at my what do you call the actual document, so I can see what is in there and what is not there. So I've got item type, I've got the description, I've got unit, I've got item type, description, unit, quantity, rates, and amount. Okay, then I went remove because some right here on top had a forward and some other information that we need. I had to remove them, remove, and then I went down here. There was an amount I removed, or the summary, I've removed it. Then I went and then highlight because now I need to unmerge my cells. I went here, highlight, and then I went in here, then I went unmerge cells. Then I checked if each and every information it's where it's supposed to be. And then that's the PNG. And I've renamed right there at the bottom of my item because I need to know what is in there. Then I went the second tab, small culverts. I did the same. I removed what was not supposed to be here. The brought forward, I've removed it already. At the bottom, I removed that was not supposed to be here. Then I went, because now I want to unmatch my information so that I can have the correct BOQ. Then I did the same, go unmatched. Okay, so basically I did the same in all documents, in all tabs, all my information there. I check if everything is where it's supposed to be. Okay, then I'll go to the next, still reinforcement. Okay. Sorry about that. Something went wrong. Sorry about that. Oh no. Oh gosh. Kicked out. Sorry. I got kicked out. My apologies.
No, we're
Oh
fine. We're
God.
still following.
I don't know what happened to my system. I'm trying to find my video.
Okay, where were you at this moment? What were you trying to do?
I just want to check something here, Mr. Lower. I don't know what have I done here. I can't find my screen.
So on our side, what we see is your Excel sheet.
Yes, but nothing is displayed now on my side, on my desktop. It went blank. Okay, I got it. I got it. I think I got it.
Proceed.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Sure, my screen is black. I don't know what's happening. I can't click on anything. It's black. I can see the information, but it's colored black. So I don't know what
Okay,
must
I
I
think
do.
you need to give it a moment. I suspect that your laptop or desktop has frozen for
Okay.
some reason.
Let me see if I can delete some of the things here. Yeah. But that's basically what I've done, Mr. Lunga. I've did the same on the other tabs. And then I saved my Excel BOQ. So I haven't taken it now to the pricing side of it, or upload it on the other side. So I just stopped there.
Okay. No, I think we understand, and I think that you did a good job at it. Can we just do a quick visual inspection? Because I see that you've got item type, you've got description, unit quantity, rates with an S, and amount with an R. Now I'm concerned, it's just that you are not able to actually press, but I'm concerned about the consistency in your naming, because you know that we need to name all our headings the same across the board so that the system can capture the data in alignment with how you've named it. So that amount with an R, I'm curious to check if ever that amount with an R is the same across the board. And if it is, there is no problem at all. But if it is not, then we're going to have a problem. Do you understand what I mean? Like the
Ah,
rates as
yes.
well, rates with an
Okay.
S, if it's
Okay.
consistent across the board, there's no problem. But if in another tab or another sheet, you've got rate without the S, then you're going to
Okay.
have a problem
I'll,
because, yeah, there's inconsistency. So I think you just need
I'll,
to
I'll, I'll fix it. Yes. Thanks
please
for that.
just, yeah, just check
Okay.
that inspection. Then if it's item type, all right, and it's consistent across the board, once again, there are no problems at all. But if
Okay.
you've got item type on this particular sheet that we're looking at, and in another sheet you've got item, then you might have problems. So just, yeah, double check the consistency. However, I think you followed the example very well. You followed the stages very well. And I hope that you're also confident that whether it's 13 pages or 70 pages, you don't have to panic in terms of the volume of pages. What you need to focus on is the basic steps. Go through a tender document, go and see the start and the end of your bill, excluding the summary, right?
Yes.
You split, you get that alone as a PDF. Once you get that as a PDF, convert that PDF to Excel. Once you've converted it into Excel, start formatting your Excel. See what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. So I think another important point, this presents a very good opportunity to just get a few pointers in. Another important point, you will notice that when it comes to building works, there are a lot of items and there are a lot of pages. It can be quite overwhelming. What we've noticed is that if you can note down these points, right? And if you can just mute as well so that I can be audible. Thank you. So on building works, a couple of things must be noticed. For general buildings, particularly P's and G's, usually the QSs who prepare that, they prepare a huge list of pages. In essence, what they are trying to do, they are trying to squeeze in the entire JBCC contract in your bill. It's not to say that you need to price every item. So you don't have to panic when you get that. What you can do, you can actually take out that entire P's and G's and have it separate. Then you start formatting the rest of the pages. And then what you then do, which is a smart way, when you eventually get to your Excel sheet, you can just create an additional tab called P's and G's, where you're going to name your item descriptions to be fixed obligations, value related obligations, and time related. Notice that you've split it completely out because it can be 10, 15 pages. But for pricing purposes, right, you only need a single page that has fixed, time related, as well as value related. And then at the bottom, just put your price, which is usually like more plus minus 15% of the value of works. The reason why that is important is because we don't want people to spend time pricing 15 pages of P's and G's, where else there is like 20 or 30 pages of the works that need to be priced. So you need to focus on the works, even when you're formatting, particularly, specifically for general buildings. Please focus on formatting the works, ignore the P's and G's, because that is a contract that is squeezed in by quantity surveyors to make sure that you follow the what's the word, the JPCC standard. So what happens is, if I just take it a bit further, please pardon me. I know that I'm saying quite a lot, but I just want to show you what happens now when people receive your tender document and when they're evaluating your tender, particularly for general buildings. So when the QSs receive your tender, they don't look at the individual items that you've priced on your P's and G's. They look at the bottom line. Then they look at the value of works for the other individual items. And then when they appoint you, they will call you up and they will say, okay, fine, you've got P's and G's total of X amount. Now we want to make sure that we pay you so that you can have sufficient cash flow to carry out the works. Please split that amount to time related, value related, and fixed. Time related, keeping in mind that these are your running costs. Once you've done that, then you submit it to them, you negotiate, you agree. Notice one thing, that is only done when you get appointed. But during the bidding stage, please don't get bogged down. buy a lot of P's and G's item, because that can really waste your time and that can derail you. Focus on the works. When you are done with the works, you can come and say the works value is X amount. You can go to your summary on the PRM. Then you say, okay, 15% of that must go to my P's and G's. And that's how you must tackle P's and G's. Because if you start getting bogged down, you won't finish at all and you'll end up being so confused. So I think that's one thing that I thought I should share regarding BOQ, particularly for general buildings. Thanks. You can raise your hand. Okay, you can go ahead, Nono.
Mr. Lunga, with the ones that insist that we price each and every item in the PNG section, like for example, you're
Hi,
busy
Nono.
with the
We didn't.
Imvula
Sorry, we didn't hear you at all. We missed you
um,
when you said
can you hear me
with
now?
the yeah. So we
In a situation where the
yes.
client wants you to price each and every item in the PNGs, like they say it's an instruction, it's a command, you have to price each and every that 10 pages of PNGs. And they even say if you do you only do the summary, and then what happens, they're going to disqualify you, meaning you'll have to sit now and price that 5-10 pages, because some they make it a ruling and say they don't want the summary amount, they want that whole page is to be priced. And I
Yeah.
agree with
Thank you
you,
for
it takes time.
yeah.
But
You have to. You have to. I think in
yes,
that particular instance where a client is insisting and is saying that it's a disqualification and it must be contained in the pricing instructions as well as in the tender document that we will disqualify you. If it's written there, then you don't have a choice but to price them individually. But also, even in that particular instance, you need to have a guide on how to do it, right? So let's talk about it in two forms. One, in terms of converting the PDF to Excel, right? If it's 15 pages, then you have no choice but to convert it, right? So you convert it in a similar fashion, right? Then what I would do, right? I would split the P's and G's separate, and I will split the works separate. Then I will join them back so that at least I don't get confused because it can be quite a lot. That is just the formatting part. Then let's talk about the pricing part. The pricing part, usually you will know in your experience with general buildings, right? They write a whole lot of notes and then they will have three items: value related, time related, and fixed, right? What should guide you at the end of the day is the value of the works. You price the value of the works first, then you come back and price P's and G's. So at all the times, whether the client has said it explicitly or you want to do it yourself, the value of the works, the duration of the project should guide you on how to price P's and G's. So that is one point that I don't want us to forget. Is that fine?
yes,
Is your system working now? Cool.
it's
So
working
I
now.
think
Looks fine.
what we need to do as the last attempt now, right? In fact, the last step, let's try and create a tender, share your project, go into the system, and try and upload this bill. If it's loaded successfully and everything checks out, it means that we are effectively have formatted our Excel sheet. So please share your screen and let's proceed with uploading. No, are you sharing your screen?
Yes, Mr. Lunga, I'm sharing it now. I think I'm still struggling with network because I'm at the, I went to window, but then it doesn't allow me to press the share option. So I don't know what could be wrong there.
I tell you what, let's do this, right? Is it possible that you can quickly email me that Excel sheet so that I can share
Okay,
and I can
okay,
upload on your behalf?
let me email it to you now.
Okay, cool. I'll receive
Okay.
it, then I'll upload it. I think once it's successfully uploaded, we can then confirm that indeed we've completed our exercise.
Okay. Email sent.
Okay, let me refresh and have you sent it to info? Yeah, have you sent it to info at the PRM?
Yes, I'll send it to info.
I note that today's session is not as interesting as yesterday's session because we're doing a lot of Microsoft applications, PDF, Excels, and stuff. But I think it's important that we get the basics right before we jump into the system, because I know that excitedly we want to jump into the system, and I understand. But however, we need to get the formatting right before we jump into it. So, in as much as this step is not very particularly interesting, it is, however, a necessary step for us to ensure that we are all aligned in terms of um, loading the data into the system. Thank you. I've received the document, So let me just close all my Excel sheets so that I can only focus on your document. I'll start sharing in a moment. Okay. There you go. Can everyone see my screen? Not sure. Let me just do it again. Okay, I see a no there. Start doing it again. Okay, I think it's starting to share. Great. Can everyone see my screen now? Great. So let's proceed. See, we've got your sheet over here. Thank you very much. I think that you did a great job with this. You even renamed the tab so that you know exactly what's where. So I think, yeah, and you've unmerged everything. So I'm just gonna take it as it is. I'm not gonna do anything with it. Um, yeah, I'm gonna take it as it is, and I'm gonna load it in the system. So I'm just gonna go. Just gonna share my screen. Okay, I think my screen is visible. Great. So I'm just gonna go to my incomplete tenders. So I'm there. I'm just ignore this Department of Education. Let's just go straight to resume pricing. Then we're gonna go to import. Then we're gonna go to re-import. And I'll say yes. It's asking us whether or not we are sure that we want to re-import. We said yes. So there it is. I've taken it just like you've done it. Then from here, I just go next. I indicate my P's and G's. I scroll down, I say next. Then item type, then description, then unit, then quantity, then rates, then amount, then next, next. Then it is converted. These are my previews. I can see my content is there. Still reinforcement is where it's supposed to be. Okay. Yeah, that's that. Right? Cool. Then I can actually go to tender pricing and I can start pricing away everything that I need to price. Excavation of soft material. Let's see. I can actually go anywhere if I want to go for excavation. I can actually literally go to excavation for basement. Then I can just click on this one. Then I can move to the next one and start pricing it one by one. Extra over for hard material. Then I can just go to general building. I go to earthworks. Hang on, my network is a bit slow. Then I can go to excavations again. But this time around, I'm gonna go to extra over. Start here. Then I can just go and look at some extra over. There you go. Underfloors, digging up, under trenches, because extra over has to be slightly higher than the normal excavation. Then extra over for item A for additional excavations required by engineer after excavation has been approved. I do the same thing. Click on search rate. Then I go to, just before I proceed, I just want to check. I will unfortunately have to attend another meeting at 12. How soon will the recording be on YouTube? Over the weekend. Cool. We understand. Sorry, and that people have commitments. Have commitments. Cool. So I think with that said, we can just continue just pricing one at a time. No, no, you following, right? In
Yes,
fact, we can
Mr.
actually, yeah, we can actually do one of two things. We can price one at a time, or um, we can actually do let's just say we can do an auto search, an auto match, because I don't see any reason why we shouldn't do it if we've got the ability to do so. As long as everything checks out, you should be able to get what you want, right? So you've priced most of them, and then some of them are the ones that now you need to search individually, one and two. But it seems as though the rest are fine. So let's read. Overhaul in excess of 1 kilometer. This is an overhaul. So you can actually go to roadworks if you want as well. Then from roadworks, dayworks, mass earthworks, then you can go, because we know that for earthworks you are sure to get everything that you want for when it comes to road, even though you're doing general buildings. Cut off, extra over, cut to follow, preparation of the road, finish, cut to borrow, extra over, cut to spoil, including overhaul. You go there. Okay, you can then get, depending on the unit of course, right? If it's in cube, then you can do it. Then what is this? Mass concrete, right? Class 15 of 38, right? This is just mass concrete. This is unreinforced concrete. Let's keep that in mind. So you can just go to general buildings. You can go to where's concrete? Concrete for then you can go to, it's this is 15 NPA, right? So I would start off by saying let's look at unreinforced concrete. If we don't have unreinforced concrete, we can go to lightweight concrete, right? Um, See there, unreinforced concrete, right? You have it there. So you can do that. This is overbreak in excavation of hard material. Again, you can do that. So effectively, let's just quickly complete this particular tab so that at least we can get that out of the way, right? So effectively, we're just doing earthworks here, nothing that we are not familiar with. And we just want to check extra over materials, right? Extra over for breaking up. Trenches, on-site dumping, trenches and holes, under trenches. Maybe we can have that one, right? Then we can go to save changes. Just scroll down, scroll up, I mean, save changes. Then you can do your adjustment as per norm. You put 0 here, sorry, 0 here, 0 here. Then I can say 12.5 here. I say apply adjustments. Then you can see everything has been adjusted. So effectively, this is how you can go about that. Then you can go to false work, you can go to steel reinforcement, concrete, no fines, OHS, then you are done. So you do the same exercise that we were doing yesterday, but only this time around, the first option is to try and auto match, and that will help you find as many rates as possible within the quickest time possible. Once you are done with that, the ones that you cannot find in the system automatically, you can then click on search the rate on that particular cell and then try and search manually. So automate first, it covers, let's say, 70 to 80% of your tab. Then the rest of, let's say, 20 to 30% can be done manually. So that's the tactic that you need to employ when you start pricing your own tenders. Are you fine with that? Let me check if there are still people here. Are there people still here? Okay, I see a heads up. I see no saying yes. Cool. So I think that brings us to the conclusion of in fact, I thought this session was going to be longer, but it seems as if it's quite short because effectively There are the one, two, three things that we've achieved. One, we've split a tender document to a BOQ. Two, we've moved a PDF to an Excel sheet. Three, we've formatted the Excel sheet to an Excel sheet acceptable to the PRM. The number four obviously is upload and search, which we did yesterday. So I think those are the important lessons. Now, I think I need to leave with other parting notes here before we conclude. You are not necessarily going to get BOQs that are this short. BOQs are quite lengthy, particularly for general buildings, because that's where we have most problems. For civil works, I don't see any problems. So I want to emphasize on general buildings. And in fact, if we have time, we need to schedule a session to convert a general building um, example. Record that so that people can actually check how to convert a general building, because it can be very intimidating. And if you get lost, you not know what to do because you're used to converting something small. Now that you've got something this big, what other options are there? The reason why I'm mentioning this is because there's another option of converting from PDF. Sometimes we convert to Word format table, and then we copy the Word tables to Excel and then format the Excel. The reason why we do such steps is sometimes if the PDF to Excel misses the content, to move from PDF to Word is actually a safer route, and then you can then move freely from Word to Excel and format your Excel. So I think that's what I want us to leave with. Any parting comments on your side, Nono?
I just want to say thank you so much, Mr. Lunga and the PRM. I think, like you mentioned, I'm not sure it was yesterday or today. Maybe, if possible, if we can have such session like this, maybe once in a month or after 2 months or so, just to refresh, because it's still new to some of us, so it's a lot to juggling at a time. But yeah, I just want to say thank you very much. This training was very formative, and yeah, I'm running out of words, but yeah, it will save us a lot, especially as the small, there's SMMEs, because paying 6,000 for a BOQ or 3,000 for a BOQ, it's a lot of money. So we can, for my side, I'll start practicing and practicing. And if I come across any challenges, I would send you, or whoever will be put aside for us to assist, I'll send an email to him or her and assist. Like I said, I've got about 6 BOQs, and each it's about 118 pages. I think that is the one that I call is the small BOQ. That is 120, 134. So I'm gonna start working on it tonight and see if I can convert them, since well there's no Excel. So, and see how far I can go. But thank you so much. I don't regret being here. I'm blessed. Thank you.
Thank you for that. I think nothing to add at the moment. We will use the WhatsApp tab if anything arises, hoping for an improved turnaround time. Thank you for your time. Yeah, I think in everything that has been said, on our side, we like to take two things. One, we like to get comments, and number two, very important areas of improvement. So, to your point, I think what we will do is on the quick search, we'll improve that over the weekend and make sure that you can actually do the quick search, especially if you're struggling. And then the other one that I think will improve is our turnaround time. If you have questions and you pose it on our WhatsApp, we'll improve on that. Then, unfortunately, I was hoping that Alistair, one of the contractors that was here yesterday, can actually give us the BOQ that he's currently pricing, because it looked interesting, so that we can use an actual BOQ. But unfortunately, he's not here today. So I think next time around, what we'll do is we'll ask people to bring their individual BOQs, so that at least we can price real BOQs instead of samples. That will give us a real feel of what we are doing and whether or not we're getting value from the exercise. So I think that's what we're going to improve on, pricing real BOQs instead of samples, so that people can have confidence in doing things. Sorry, in doing things on their own. So I think with that said, we'll close off today's session. It was short, but I think it was very important for us to get these basics in place. Thanks. I'm going to stop the recording now and I'm going to end the meeting.